Hey there, it's Mary Sheila and welcome to the BioYouth Labs YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about supporting your liver when it comes to thyroid health. So there's a whole series of videos that I'm dedicating to everything you can do to support your thyroid gland. And I talked about gut health and stress, and now I want to talk about the liver. As I explained before in the gut connection to the thyroid gland, I talked about how we make thyroid hormones. We make T4 and T3, T being tyrosine, 4 and 3 being iodine. We make these thyroid molecules to be utilized by each and every cell in the body. However, we can only use T3, and we only make about 7% of T3. The rest of the T4 needs to be converted into usable T3 by our body. And I explained the importance of a healthy gut when it comes to converting T4 to T3 because about 20% of that happens in the gut. The other major organ where this conversion takes place is in your liver. So that is the topic of today's video, to talk about what you can do to support your liver, to support your thyroid health. And please subscribe and click on the bell for notifications so we can continue this conversation so that you can take holistic steps to improving your health and supporting all the systems of your body that work together to create optimal health and feeling really good, which is something that we all want. So your liver is located right here on the right side of your body, right here. And it kind of wraps around, and it's one of our largest organs, and it's about 4 to 5 pounds. So it's really big and heavy and very dense, and there's 2 lobes, and it is filtering our blood constantly. And the liver, in its intelligence, is cleansing the blood as it passes through. It's also going to help us with the conversion of T4 to T3. So of course it's a vital organ, and it takes a lot of abuse and keeps on working for us. So we want to support the liver, because when you support the liver and you approach your thyroid health with liver support to do that conversion from T4 to T3 so that your cells can use the thyroid hormones, because every single cell in the body has receptors for thyroid gland. It plugs into the thyroid like a key fits into a lock, tells the cell to take action. And in the case of the thyroid, it helps with energy production. And you know, if our thyroid isn't working well, we're going to tend to feel kind of sluggish. Everything in the body is going to be slower and more sluggish, including our energy, but including all of our body's processes that we don't want them to be sluggish and slow. We want them to be performing optimally. So we want to support the liver. So I'm going to give you 3 examples of things that you can do that are very powerful. And there's a lot you can do, and I'm just picking 3 today because I think they're really easy and they're doable, and they also can have a very significant impact when you do them regularly. Now, the first tip I want to give you is hydration. All of your blood is going to travel through your liver, and it is going to travel through there to get cleansed. I like to call it your inner ocean. Just like all waters from the earth travel to the ocean to get cleansed, all of it goes through your liver. Your liver and your kidneys are some of your major filtering organs. And in the case of the liver, everything's going to go through there. So we want to support it. Now imagine a time of year where you live where there's not a lot of rain, and you went to a river and you wanted to go swimming in it, and it was all munky and stagnant and not flowing. You don't really want to swim in that because it's not that inviting. Well, it's the same thing with our body. We want to focus on hydration. We want to be hydrated so that our blood has good force behind it. It's easy for it to flow. It's not congested with all of the, everything it's got in it because we're dehydrated. Hydration is such a great ally for supporting your liver, diluting things a little bit. And I'm not talking about, drinking way too much water, but really drinking enough water each day in between meals. Now, I know there's not a whole lot of science backing the 8 glasses per day, but somewhere around there, depending on your lifestyle, is a good goal to have. So a couple quarts of water a day. Drink some upon waking. Drink water in between meals. And even if you like to add a little lemon to your water, like I did here, lemon has something in it called limonene, which supports our phase 2 liver detoxification. So we actually give the liver support for some of the detoxification it has to do when we add lemon to our water, or even add like lemon zest to our food. And in this example, I added a few raspberries from my garden and some mint and some lemon, and it just makes my water taste delicious and also makes it more enjoyable for me. I'm adding minerals and electrolytes from the fruits and plants that I'm putting in here, and it's just more fun. We don't want our inner oceans, our inner waters, our rivers and streams internally to be stagnant and mucky because we're not drinking enough water. We want good flow through the liver. So make sure you're hydrating in between meals and throughout the day. The second tip I want to give you in supporting your liver to support your thyroid is to make sure you include lots of greens in your diet. And these are the greens that you like to eat. And I'm not talking about tons of raw greens. You do want to cook them if you have a thyroid condition, especially the cruciferous family, which includes broccoli and cabbage and kale, that whole family. You do want to cook them more often than just eating them raw all the time. But greens, all the greens, they have a lot of cofactors that support the liver in doing its job and support the phase 2 liver detoxification. So when you eat those foods, the liver has the building blocks it needs to actually detoxify our blood, and it's very supportive to the liver in general as well. So greens with each of your meals, and if that's a stretch, then just up your greens. I like to say half of your plate full of greens at each meal is a recipe for success. And again, they can be cooked, some can be raw, however you like them. Start with what you like, but you'll be supplying your body with the building blocks and you'll be really nourishing your blood. Greens are very blood building in that way because they're full of electrolytes which travel through the blood and help things to happen. And they are hydrating because there's lots of water in greens as well. And they contain a lot of the nutrients that the liver needs to do its job in detoxifying. So it's like giving the liver a little extra to clean out that filter and do its job, which is going to support it to convert the T4 to T3 in the liver. Okay, the third tip that I want to give you, number 3, when it comes to supporting liver and thyroid, is movement. Okay, and this might be hard if you do have low thyroid and you don't feel like moving that much. There's lots of ways you can move, even a gentle walk. But again, if we want to support the liver, you might have heard that exercise is very cleansing to the liver. That's because our heart rate goes up and more blood is flowing through the liver. So suddenly you've got more flow. It's very cleansing. The liver can purge things that way. And that is going to be supportive of a liver that is going to be working more efficiently because things are kind of purged out of it. So you want to drink more water to get that blood flow. You want to move your body. If you can do something cardio or even a gentle walk, that's all going to be good. And eat greens with your meals. These are all ways to really support the liver. And a lot of times our liver might be impacted by eating too much sugar as well. And too much sugar over time is also going to be something that raises our cholesterol. And I'll be talking about that in another video in relationship to cholesterol. But when you start eating more greens, you're going to naturally eat less sugar. When you start hydrating more, you might also feel more nourished because sometimes dehydration mimics hunger. And when you start moving your body, it just feels good and you are going to be detoxifying the body more, and that you're basically giving the liver a little support and help there. And all of those things are going to help the liver. And remember, the liver has to convert the thyroid hormone to make it usable by our cells. So the more we can say, hey, liver, I've got your back, the more you will be doing those jobs. So I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe, click on the bell for notifications, and let me know what you think and what questions you have. I'm eagerly awaiting your comments. Have a great day, and here is to your liver, and here is to your thyroid. Cheers.